So guys, I just figured out if you have a YouTube video and you get magically 9.24 times 10 to the power 24 views, it'll actually create a black hole and will destroy everything. It'll destroy the Earth and destroy the solar system and maybe even destroy the universe. But yeah, I just figured it out. That's the number. And if you want to figure out how I came to that conclusion, let me just show you. So how many views does it take to create a black hole? I just showed you, but I just want to show the math. So first of all, we have to distinguish. Before 2014, they used 32-bit, and then Gangnam Style happened. Oppa Gangnam Style. Everybody remember that? Gangnam Style. See? Gangnam Style helped with black hole research. And they switched it to 64-bit because their counter system was running out of room. So it broke the counter. So 64-bit. And I figured out they're roughly stored on the storage medium, just solid state. And it's about 1,000 electrons per solid state drive. And each electron has a little bit of a mass. So if you go from a 0 to a 1, so 0 to 1 for the integer for a 64-bit, it adds a little bit of weight to it. But it's like barely anything. So mass of one electron is 9.1. Oh, wow. 911. Wow. I did not realize that. Anyways, 9.11 times 10 to the negative 31 kilograms. And that's the mass of the electron. And I figured out this right here is the mass of one view. So that's 5.8 times 10 to the power of negative 26 kilograms. That's the mass of one view. So, mass of one electron. Yep. Here's the math. Oh, so that's what I did. 64 times 1,000 times the mass of the electron. That's how I got that. So I wrote that yesterday. Yeah, okay. I get it. And now we have the Schwarzschild radius, which is the radius. That's the radius of the area that's going to be compressed in, and it's 2 times the gravitational constant times the mass divided by the speed of light. And just to make things simple, let's go. All of YouTube's data is going to be stored in a data center, and the most convenient one to me to even think about, which is in Clarksville, Tennessee, not too far away from Chattanooga. And that's Google's Clarksville, Tennessee, and that radius is about 800 meters. That's what I looked up online. So you have RS, see, RS, 800, and that's the speed of light. And that's the gravitational constant. And that would be the mass. That's what we need. And I also learned something about the Schwarzschild radius. I always thought black holes were formed by gravity. Black holes are actually theoretically formed if you compress down something that meets the Schwarzschild radius. So I was thinking about this trash can over here. If I keep throwing in more stuff, eventually the mass, every time I add more mass in, the Schwarzschild radius increases. Like I throw this thing in there, or throw a banana peel in there, the Schwarzschild radius of that object will increase until it reaches the point. But if you keep adding more and more and more, eventually the gravity will take over and convert it into a black hole, which is, you still reach the actual radius of the campus when the Schwarzschild radius of the mass reaches that, or vice versa. That's when it becomes a black hole. And that's how I got. So I got the mass, and then I went, okay, so I did mass divided by one view, which was way over here. I took that, the mass divided by that, and that's where I got that. And yep, that's where I got 9.24 times 10 to the power of 54 views to create a black hole. So if you want to help to create and destroy the universe, please like and subscribe and watch this video and share it with friends. And yeah, here's some realistic issues. Obviously, storage, there's not enough space in the entire universe. Hard drive storage would regularly require about the size of a galaxy. If you just stacked each hard drive on top of each other, there wouldn't be enough room in the Milky Way galaxy. Now, the energy, just the sheer power to keep the place functional, would actually melt everything. It would destroy itself way before we even get there. So Tennessee would likely even melt, which we'll be doing here soon in the next month or two when the humidity comes in the summer. It will feel awful and miserable and bugs will come out. And also, if all 8 billion people on Earth started watching this video, it would take about, this video per second. You start the video, stop, then start, yeah. You have to watch this video 1 time per second. It would take about 3.6 times 10 to the power of 37 years to actually get anywhere in this. So if you want to help destroy the Earth just by watching this video, start now. But it'll take you about 3.6 times 10 to the power of 37 years. So yeah, we got a little ways to go. And that, in case you forget, that's the number. That's not sloppy writing, so I'm going to rewrite 54. Okay.